Okay, here's one of the easiest ways to start Google Classroom. So if you go up here to your waffle, usually it's going to be in here among the options. So I'll just click on that, or you can just type in Google Classroom. So once you go into Classroom, when you first start out, before you have anything on here, this is going to be blank. So I set my classroom up already. So that's how I have all these different classrooms. When you first set up Google Classroom, none of this will be here. So you need to start by selecting yourself. You'll have the option to select whether you're a student or a teacher. You would click teacher. And then after that happens, this will pop up and you'll get this little plus sign up here. If you click on that, you have the option to create a class. So I'll make a new class. I'll make another second grade art. I'm going to put my last name. You don't have to put subject or section if you want. You can. I mean, you can put art. That's fine. You can put your room. And then you would just click create. After you create a classroom, this pops up. So you'll just have like a generic background. This part is really important right here. This is the class code. These letters and numbers are what you are going to share with your students so that they can join your class. It's the easiest way to do it. If you have the kids in your class, have them do this with you if you can. I started, since I'm an art teacher, I actually emailed a bunch of my teachers and shared their classroom code with them. So I am just making one Google Classroom per grade because I have so many different classrooms. If you only had one class, you only have to make one Google Classroom. It's a little easier. So you can do lots of different things in here. I'm going to go back over to my main page, which is right here if I just click classes. And I'm going to select one that already has students in it. I can see that fourth grade has 80, which is awesome. And then I can also see all the kids that I've already added. I already added Miss Davison as my another teacher, and I did that by clicking on this little person. And I'm also going to add Miss White in here, just so she can have access to this as well. So this is fourth grade. And the nice thing about having another teacher on there is you can share information. So they can basically do everything except for delete your information. So I'm going to go back over to my main menu. And then I'll actually go back into fourth grade. So, oh yeah. And then when you have kids that add things, like that's nice. So I'll have a talk with Andrew about that. Anything that kids respond to or any comments that they put on there, you can see that. So if they post something that's inappropriate, oh, look, see, they think I can't see them on here. That's interesting. So we're going to delete that one. We're going to delete that one. And I might have a little email. But if they put things that are nice on here, okay. So it looks like I'm going to have to send out, I'm going to have to post something that says, yeah, so here's what we're going to do. So I have fourth grade art right here, and I'm going to click on this, and I'm going to tell my kids, hi, everyone. Any comment you post should be school appropriate. Mrs. Schweitzo and your principal, Davison, can see everything you post. You should only be commenting if you have a question or something nice to say. Thank you, Mrs. S. Okay, so I'll go through the rest of those later. But if you want to post that, you just hit post. And then that pops up and the kids can all see that. It actually pushes an email out to them and they can see that. So here again is the class code. I already shared that with my fourth grade teachers, so they were able to give that to all of those students. If you wanted to select a different background, you can hit select theme. These are all of the Google Classroom like generic themes. I wanted my own. I love art, obviously. I love Starry Night. So I went to upload photo, and then that actually gives you the option to select something from your computer. So I had some things on my desktop already that I was able to choose from. I had some different images, so I just did it like that. So totally up to you, kind of like an extra thing. Classwork is a good thing to know about. If you wanted to actually create an assignment, you could also create a quiz on here. So for art or for a special, actually, this is for anybody. I can create an assignment. I could go on here and hit art worksheet. Or I could say, let me think real quick here. You could do Google Slides. Depends on what you want to share. But the cool thing about that is you can give your kids instructions through here. You can create a Google Doc to go along with this, any of these options. You can add an already pre-existing link or something that you already created in Google Drive. So in your Drive, if you go into here, I have my 4th grade folder, and then I can go into there and I can add any of these things. So like, for example, we did these mixed media toucans. So I could add that. Make sure you select the option that students can just view the file, not edit the file, because then they can mess it up and change it. And then you can actually you can assign points, you can assign a due date, which I think is pretty cool, because then it reminds the students of when these things are due. You can add a rubric, so you can actually create your own, you can reuse one, you can import one. So you have all these different options on here. And then when you're ready, you can just hit assign and it will post to that main page. You can save it as a draft if you're not sure. So I'm going to save that as a draft for right now because I don't want to put that out just yet. And anytime you need to get back to the main page, you just go over here, hit classes, and there you go. So that's like the basic way to get started with Google Classroom.